So we've been listening about 18th chapter, Madhya Chaitanya Charitamrita. How Mahaprabhu, he went to Vrindavan, bathed in Manasiganga and went to Giriraj Govardhan. And this Didi asks something about like when Kali Yuga started, and Gurudev is speaking now about this, like after Krishna departed from this world and Kali Yuga started, and some symptoms of Kali Yuga also explained in the Bhagavatam and the Puranas, I mean the Shastra. So after having the darshan of Haridev, Mahaprabhu was absorbed in Bhava, and he started reciting this slok about Giriraj, Hantayam. So he's reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila. About Govinda Kunda. The speciality of Govinda Kunda, you know, where Krishna himself, he was bathed by Indra. That's why, and who gave this name Govinda to Krishna? Indra gave to him. There are many glories of Govinda Kunda. Here in the Govinda Kunda, Indra, he bathed Krishna. And there's a sloka that Raghunath Goswami explains. So Gurudev is reading commentary of Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 18.37. Okay, it's a shloka from Raghunath Goswami, Brajabilasa Stava, saying, I pray that Govinda Kunda, the lake created by that ceremonial bath, may eternally appear before my eyes. So it's some prayer to this Govinda Kunda made by Raghunatha Das Goswami. Also in the Mathura Kanda it is stated, if you want to see in the book, Madhya Lila, 18th chapter, 37 verse. Simply by bathing in Govinda Kunda, one is awarded liberation. This lake was produced when Bhagavan Shri Krishna was bathed by Lord Indra. If someone goes even once to the Govinda Kunda and does achaman there, or takes shower there in Govinda Kunda, all his sins will be destroyed. Gantuli Gram is situated near the two villages, Bilachu and Gopalpur. According to the hearsay, Radha and Krishna first met here. In the Bhakti Ratnakar it is stated, Sakhi Dunha Vastre Ganti Dila Sangopani. So once Radha and Krishna, they were sitting together, and some Sakhi came from behind and bound like their clothes together, like one cloth to another, Radha and Krishna's. So, and then they started singing some songs for like wedding ceremony. And Radha and Krishna, they were ashamed. They tried to escape, but their clothes were bound. So remembering this Leela, the grandson, great grandson of Krishna, Vajranab, he established this village, Garntuli. So Radha Damodar is because once Radha Damodar, the explanation is in another book. Once Krishna he had disappeared from Rasa dance, from the Rasa dance, and then after that, the Radha and the gopis were suffering separation from Krishna. Then, when Krishna manifested in front of them, after, at that moment, Srimati Radhika herself, she bound to Krishna with a garland of flowers. So this is Radha Damodar. But Gartuli Gaon, this Lila there is different. So Lila from Radha Damodar is different Lila. Not this one, is another. So this Gartuli Bandhan, like because they were bound there like in a wedding ceremony, Radha and Krishna, just now I explained. So it's not the same Lila as Radha Damodar, it's different. So Mahaprabhu went to Garntoli Gram, this village, and he had the darshan of Gopal, and he became absorbed in bhav, and he started dancing and singing. Mahaprabhu was absorbed in prem, singing Gopal, and then Mahaprabhu was reciting one shlok. And then he was dancing whole day. So Mahaprabhu, he had the darshan of Gopal, and he was so absorbed in prem that day and night he was doing the kirtan, doing kirtan. Madalila 18.38. Mahaprabhu said, "May the left arm of Shri Krishna, whose eyes are like the petals of a lotus flower, always protect you. With his left arm, he raised Govardhan Hill as if it were a toy." This verse is found in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 2.1.62. So Krishna, with his left hand, he lifted Giriraj, Govardhan. And like this, Krishna, he destroyed the pride of Indra, lifting Giriraj. So may this Krishna, these arms of Krishna, protect you. Krishna's arms protect you. Just like Krishna protected the Vrajavasis. So with his left hand, Krishna protected with his left arm, Krishna protected the Vrajavasis. So in the Bhagavatam is not saying this. The Bhagavatam is not clear in the Bhagavatam with which hands or arm Krishna lifted Giriraj. In the Bhagavatam, this is not clear. You can ask some person who reads the Bhagavatam, like recites. You can ask, "Oh, Krishna lifted Giriraj with which hand? Right arm or left arm? Like which hand? What will he tell you, this person?" You all know, you've heard many times, how Krishna lifted Giriraj with his left hand, left arm. The other day, that man was showing Srila Madhava Maharaj, or I showing, sorry, I didn't understand. But anyway, somebody was showing. Because in the Bhagavatam says, Bhuja, like arm, Krishna lifted Giriraj with his arm, according to Srimad Bhagavatam. So with which hand? Vrajeshwari, acabou de começar, Didi. Em português. So, Krishna lifted with right hand or left hand? Many times we've heard. Our ear is like completely like we know very easily. I mean, of course we know that Krishna lifted with left hand, left pinky, like the last finger of small finger of left hand. We have heard many times, like we already, this is easy for us, you know. But if you ask somebody who if you ask somebody who reads Bhagavatam, you know, only like studying the Bhagavatam, you can ask from which hand Krishna lifted Giriraj. Like Vrajavasis, they eat with both hands, not only with right hand. Vrajavasis, they eat with both hands, both their hands. This is true. The Vrajavasis, they with one hand they are holding the roti, the chapati, and with the other hand they are eating. This is the nature of the Vrajavasis. They have this nature, natural nature. You can see with village people, those who are from village. They eat roti or eating puri. They are holding with two hands and like tearing and then eating with their right hand. You know, or sometimes even with the left hand, he can also eat. So even these people, when they come to the temple, they learn this Vaishnava Sadachara of like only reading with right hand. But Vrajavasi, they generally eat it with both hands. So some Pandit, if you say to some Pandita, oh, Krishna lifted Giriraj with left arm, he will say, oh, where is written there? What is in the Bhagavatam? It's written. The Panditji will ask you, where is written? Because actually it's not written in the Bhagavatam that Krishna lifted with left arm. But in other books, like Bhaktarasamrita Sindhu, explains, just like this sloka we just came across, this sloka from Bhaktarasamrita Sindhu. Okay, this sloka, may the left arm of Shri Krishna, whose eyes are like the petals of a lotus flower, always protect you. Madhya Lila 18.38. May the left arm of Shri Krishna always protect you. With his left arm, Krishna raised Govardhan Hill as if it were a toy. May this left arm of Krishna protect you. Jai. So like this, Mahaprabhu, for 3 days, he had the darshan of Gopal, and in the 4th day, the deity returned to his own temple. Mahaprabhu walked with the deity of Gopal, and he chanted and danced. A large and jubilant crowd of people also chanted the transcendental name of Krishna, Hari Hari. So Mahaprabhu had told, remember, that we should never step on Giriraj. Mahaprabhu said, if you go to Vrindavan, don't stay for a long time in Vrindavan, and also never step on Giriraj stones. Because the Brajavasis, they took Gopal from Gantuli Gaon, from this village, from his temple. You know, the temple of Gopal was on the top of Giriraj, that temple established by Madhavendra Puripad. I mean, when Madhavendra Puripad, he discovered him and everything. So, but Mahaprabhu didn't go up on Giriraj. So Mahaprabhu, so the Gopal deity then returned to his own temple, and Mahaprabhu remained at the bottom of the hill. Thus, all the desires of Mahaprabhu were satisfied by the Gopal deity. No, because have you ever gone on the top of Giriraj? No. So Mahaprabhu wanted to see Gopal, but he didn't want to go up on Giriraj, up on the hill. So that's why the Thakurji came down. Because Mahaprabhu was thinking, I'll not go up on Giriraj. So, but according to the desire of God, the Muslims were attacking. Mlecha means Muslims, they are evil persons. They wanted to attack the Hindus. So everybody was speaking, oh, the Muslims are coming, Muslims are coming. They will break all the temples and everything. So the Pujari, he took the deity and brought the deity of Gopal to Gantaligaon, this village we just heard of everything about. Then there in this village, Mahaprabhu had the darshan of the Gopal deity. And for 3 days, this deity was there, in the not on the top of Giriraj, in this other village, Gantaligaon. So there was a big festival, Falgu Utsav. It's a big festival. So there is the Gulal Kunda also. What is Gulal? Gulal is like holy powder. Holy powder, like we call it in English. This Gulal is Anurag Ketchina, means it's the symbol of Anurag, deep attachments. Because all the each mood, they have one color, you know. So like for example, Shingaras has this color, Sham. So there was one Rasagya, one man who knows all the rasa, Vishnu Deva, sorry, I couldn't get his name. So he said that the Shingarasa, these conjugal moods of paramour mood, it has the color Sham. You know the color Sham, like blackish, bluish, like this. So holy, they playing the holy, not only for like throwing all these powder colors, no. Actually, there were many colors. You know, the holy powders, many colors. So like we especially when we go there, all the Maharajas are there, Dara Maharaj, they are making the kirtan with maridangas. What is the meaning? One of the meanings of this lila, like holy lila, is that the gopis, they are so like intoxicated with the prem. They don't even know where they are, like, because when they throw these powders, nobody can see to each other. No, because the powder is on the sky, you know, everywhere in the atmosphere. So then Krishna, he can alone meet Shrimati Radhika in the kunja. There's a kunja there. And then in that kunja, Krishna can do many kinds of amorous pastimes. But there's nothing of a man-woman kam krida, like lustful things of man and woman. No, it's prem, love. So people say, until nowadays, people say that when this month comes, like one part of the year, I think Falgu Gurudev said, one part of the year, especially this place, Gulal Kunda, is one lake in this in Vrindavan. No, Gulal means the powder of holy. Okay, so Gulal Kunda, they say one time of the month, of the year, the Kunda, like automatically, like nobody puts this color there, but the Kunda becomes with this color of holy powder, like pink color. Some people say it's like a white sometimes. But last time we were there, there was just a little bit water. It was completely dried, almost dried. But people generally say that when this month comes, before the Holy Utsava, I think month Falgu, so like just like the lake, this kunda becomes with this reddish color, pinkish color, like automatically. Nobody puts this color, you know, it's like natural, it's coming. So this like pink color is anuraga, symptom of anuraga, of this deep attachments of Radha and Krishna. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Pada, he explains about anuraga. Parasparano snehano bandhanam. So they are too much bound to each other. They are completely bound to each other by their love and affection, and then can see to each other again and again, and they'll never feel satisfied to look at each other. Like, you know, they always want to see each other more and more, and they feel they never saw each other actually. So Mahaprabhu started staying at the bank of near Giriraj, and the Vrajavasis, they took Gopal to the top of Giriraj, back. So like this, Mahaprabhu, for 3 days, he had the darshan of Gopal. In the 4th day, Gopal went to his own temple, back, and Mahaprabhu walked with the deity of Gopal, and he chanted and danced. So actually, Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself, the same Gopal. But to teach the jivas of this world, Mahaprabhu is doing this. He's Acharya. Mahaprabhu is doing Acharya Lila, like he's doing the role of Acharya. So Mahaprabhu himself, he's showing what he's showing, that we should never step on Giriraj. So Mahaprabhu walked along with the deity, but when the deity went on the top of Giriraj hill, Mahaprabhu stopped and didn't go. Of course, Mahaprabhu is God. He can go on the top of Giriraj, no problem. There's no any fault in that. But Mahaprabhu didn't break any rule. So Mahaprabhu stays there. Like he didn't go on the top of Giriraj, and the Vrajavasi, they took Gopal to the top of Giriraj. So like this, Gopal satisfied, fulfilled all the desires of Mahaprabhu. This is the way of Lord Gopal's kind behavior to his devotees. Seeing this, the devotees were overwhelmed by ecstatic love. So how Thakurji is so merciful, isn't it? Thakurji herself. He came down from Giriraj just to give darshan to his devotee. Mahaprabhu was very eager to see Gopal, but he did not want to climb Govardhan hill. Therefore, by some trick, Gopal himself descended. So Mahaprabhu is doing this lila, but Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he's saying that if really someone is very eager to have darshan of God, Bhagavan, he'll do some trick and he'll just come down from Giriraj hill to give darshan to the devotee. For example, now the Purushottam month is going on. Jagannath Kshetra, Jagannath Purushottam. So a Muslim boy called Salve, sorry, name I don't know properly, but so he was so eager to have darshan of Jagannath, this Muslim boy. And then the story about this boy is that his mother was a Brahmani, Devdasi even. Okay, but anyway, in her womb, he was born from her womb, but he was like, but a Muslim kidnapped him, and then what happened is that after some time, but his mother was a Brahmani. So his mother used to tell him about Thakurji, about God. And his mother told a story about Jagannath, how Jagannath was so merciful. In any problem, in any situation, in any problem, if you just say, Jai Jagannath ki Jai, Jagannath will protect you. So one time what happened is Salve, remember his name? Salve. He was in the battlefield with his father. And his father disappeared, maybe died in the battlefield in the hands of the enemy, and he was fighting the enemy. And his body was full of wounds of arrows, so wounded. He was about to die, this boy. This is not a boy anymore. I mean, maybe he was older now, of course. So what happened? But he remembered one thing. This is samskar, impression. What? He remembered that his mother had told him before, many years before, oh my son, whatever bad situation in your life, calamity, just once, you remember to Lord Jagannath, and all of everything will be solved. So it was time of his death. You know, he was about to die, and then his body was like trembling. He only had 2 or 4 minutes of life, and then because of the good association of his mother, what happened to him? He remembered to Jagannath. And he thought, oh, my mother thought that in any calamity or any problem, if I just once remember to Jagannath. So the Muslims, they don't remember Jagannath. They only think about Allah. They don't worship anyone besides Allah. Nowadays that Jakir, he's saying, no, you should not do the Murti Puja. So Zakir Naik, his name. So he should listen this kata, but he's listening himself and like reading himself and thinking and speaking many things. But you see in the Shastra, this story, even the Muslim boy, you know, there's no difference between Muslim and Hindu. You are making this difference, like, oh, Muslim, Hindu. You see? So the name of this preacher Gurudev is speaking about is Zakir Naik. Anyway, so okay, so then Jagannath came to the dream of this guy, this boy, you know, and gave darshan. And he said, have my darshan. And then this story about the battlefields that he was dying and remembered to Jagannath, it was not in this book. There's a book explaining this story. So Jagannath appears, no, and like he was cured from these wounds, and he came walking to Jagannath Puri after that, thinking about Jagannath. The Muslims, they are saying Allah, Allah, but in this moment, this Muslim was not singing Allah, Allah. He was only singing Jai Jagannath, 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 Jagannath. And he came running from that battlefield he was until to Jagannath Puri, to Jagannath temple. When he came to Jagannath temple, according to the rules, I don't know who made this rule. Nobody can say who made this rule and from when this rule began. The Pandit, you may ask the Pandit, the Brahmanas, when did this rule begin? That only the Hindus can enter Jagannath temple. Non-Hindus cannot enter Jagannath temple. Prohibited entrance of non-Hindus. So he was a Muslim. He was wearing Muslim cloth and everything, big beard, all that cloth of Muslim. So they stopped him, but he was screaming so loudly, "No, I have to have his darshan of Jagannatha. Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath." So he just in the Sinhadwar, that the entrance of the temple, and then Jagannatha himself came out of the temple and gave darshan to him. So Shastra says, to have the darshan of Jagannatha, first you have to have darshan of which Jagannath? Patit Pavan Jagannath. If you enter through other gates, you cannot have that darshan. But if you want to enter the temple, you should come in this door. From Sinhadwar, this exact entrance, because the Patit Pavan Jagannath is there. There's a Jagannath near the door, and persons from outside can also see. So his name is Patit Pavan Jagannath. So you can do pranam to that Jagannath, and then you can go inside to have the darshan of the other from the temple. So we are speaking Hindu, Muslim. Actually, you see all the kirtans of Raja. Who made these kirtans? Raskan. Raskan was Hindu. He was a Muslim. Raskan, this poet. So, but you see how beautiful kirtans of Raja he did, and so nowadays we sing all these. So, you should not have these like kind of differentiations, you know. Okay, if you sing the Allah's name, it's also good. You know, it's one name of God. Okay, some people call Brahma Allah, but they are secondary names. So God has two kinds of names. Mukhanam, main names, and Gaunanam, secondary names. This is the conception of the Shastra. It's not like, I only chant Allah, Allah. I'll not say Brahma, I'll not say Krishna. No, you cannot say this. Okay, you're singing Allah, so we also give honor to them who are singing Allah. We give honor to Muslims. Okay, very nice. You're chanting the names of God. God has a form. And he gave the direct darshan to this man of the story. So there are many shastra with so many stories, evidence. Some Muslims, they say that we should not do the puja of deity. So, but nowadays, what speak of Muslim? And there's one man that one day we went to his house to do some kirtan. Gurudev, he did so much arguments with Gurudev from Arya Samaj, another group of people, Arya Samaj, like Arya society. So they were asking Gurudev. He was Hindu, this man, and he was saying, "Oh, why worshipping the Murti, worshipping Thakurji?" Okay, so go to the Muslims. The Muslims, they don't worship Thakurji. But in Shastra is saying we should worship the Vigraha. From a unlimited time, this tradition is coming. It's not a thing from today, from nowadays. So what I want to say about this is that, see, everyone, they did the puja of Gopal, and later we'll speak more. Maharaj will speak now. Just now I wanted to, yesterday Gurudev, in the same class, evening class from yesterday, Gurudev said one story that was not so clear when I translated, so I'll translate again. Those who want to hear, maybe now I'll explain better some parts, then you can very nicely understand the story. It's a story about it's just a funny story, but giving an example how we should behave as a Guru Sevak. Is a story about the two boys who were in the school. Maybe you already understood, but I just want to say one more time because I think yesterday when I translated, I was not clear in some parts. So I'll just say it again. Okay. It's just 3 minutes. वास्तव जो हृदय को स्पर्श करते हैं, अंतर हृदय के जो है क्यों आते हैं उसको देखने के लिए। जैसे देखो रामानंद सागर की जो रामायण जो है, आज कितने साल, 30 साल हो गए करीब। So just so introduction, Gurudev is saying, oh, the Ramananda Saga Ramayana, 30 years ago they made this series, and people see and cry. So why people like to see and cry? Because actually, these things, this Harikatha is touching the heart, the inner heart. So this is called, you cry because you think this is not only your suffering, this is also my suffering. Like this also concerns me. This is not yours, it's mine. Like you feel like that pain is also yours because you identify, So now Gurudev is saying, but some people, they cheat, they imitate, they are just imitating, teasing, and they're like not naturally, they're just like artificial, like this, artificial crying or anything artificial, then no benefit from doing that. And then he'll explain the story about these two boys. So I'll just tell you a small story. So there were two boys who were friends. So they used to study together, but so one was a very intelligent boy, and another one was like a little bit dumb, like he was not so intelligent as the other one. He was like less intelligent. Okay, so like they were studying together in the same school. So the more intelligent boy, he used to, make all the tests, exams, all the like things from school, like all these things like tests, exams. And this like dumber or less intelligent boy, other friend, He used to cheat. You know, the cheat like means you just like you're like copying the same answers, like you're cheating in the exams, like but he was copying everything from his friend, which was more intelligent. Do you understand? So like this, he would pass the grades and pass in the school during all the years because he was just copying from his friend. So he passed into the 10th class, 10th grades. It's another in India, another system. So the 10th grade, he was until the 10th grade, he was able to like pass in the grades in the exams just by cheating, means like copying from his friend all his answers. But after the 10th class, like 10th grade, there is there's the oral test. So so he told this less intelligent boy told to his more intelligent friends, "Oh, all these years I like I just I was able to do the school and like come to the school and pass everything be approved because I was cheating like copying from you. But now it's oral test. So how will I cheat? How will I copy from how will I copy you? Because now it's oral test. So they'll ask me questions but his more intelligent friend was intelligent told him to this less intelligent told him, don't worry. They'll ask me and then I will speak the answer very loudly and then you'll be able to listen even from behind. Even from the outside of the door, like from other side, you can listen. Okay? And then you'll be able to listen everything I say and when it comes your time, you just speak same answers. So when the next day came, like the day of the oral exam, so the questions. So first question. What is the name of the first Prime Minister of India? Jawaharlal Nehru. So what was the name of the first Prime Minister of India? Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay. Then this more intelligent boy, he answered proper answer and he got, he answered right, correctly. And then second question. Sipahi Bidraha. Do you know what is Sipahi Bidraha? How to say this in Hindi is when the Muslims, the English, they made a rule that you had to. Okay, just I explained this briefly. Gurudev is explaining. The second question was when happened this in Bengali. They say this Sipahi Bidroha. Like in Bengali name, but like in English you can find as Indian Rebellion of 1857. It was this Sipahi was like these like soldiers, like infantry men, that they were Indians, but Britain, English people, they were ruling India. So Gurudev is saying that and explaining about this rebellion because they made the English people, they made the soldiers, like the Sipahi, the soldiers, they had to, when they were going to shoot like their rifle, the gun, they had, the cartridge. Cartridge is where the bullets come, like cartucho, like where the bullets come, there's a cartridge in English. Okay, so they put the English people, they put this cartridge with some grease, like grass grease, made of a cow, cow grease and also pig grease. But these soldiers, Indian soldiers, they had to open this cartridge to put in the gun with their teeth, like with their mouth. And they didn't like this, of course not, because, cow is holy and like this. And Muslims also, they don't like the pigs. So because of that, they made a rebellion because of this thing, because English government wanted to oblige them to open this cartridge of the gun with their own teeth, but it was full of grease, cow grease, fat, from the fat of the cow grease. And then
वो करना पड़ता था।
So they had to open with the teeth, Gurudev
तो
saying.
उससे जो है सिपाही विद्रोह का
So this is called Sipai Bidraha.
एक नियम किया था।
So English people, they did this
वो
rule.
करना पड़ेगा।
And they had to,
बंदूक चलाने के समय
when you go to shoot the gun, to use the gun, like rifle, I mean these guns. So with your teeth, you had to open this cartridge,
तो उससे जो है सिपाही विद्रोह
munição, cartucho. So okay, this is Sipai Bidraha, this Indian rebellion
अच्छा बताओ सिपाही
of
विद्रोह
1857. So when,
समाप्त हुई?
from the Sepoy. So when did it start, this rebellion, and when did it finish?
1800 कितने 57
Okay, so he said 1857. Okay,
से लेकर के कुछ साल तक चले।
okay, maybe for 10 or 15 years it lasted. Okay, so the boy also gave proper answer to this question. Okay, correct.
अच्छा फिर आप बताओ।
And then third question. Third question. People now are going to the Mars, the planet Mars. There is any water in this planet or not? So this was the question. What do you think about this? So they asked. And this boy said, they are searching. They are still searching the water. What did he say? They are searching. Yeah, this is also correct answer. So he also got nice. Like, because if they didn't finish this search, how can you have a proper answer? So they are still searching. This is a good answer. Okay. So he passed. This boy, more intelligent, he passed. He got all the correct answers. But now came the time of his friend, okay? This cheater friend who was always cheating in all the exams. So this boy, this less intelligent friend, was thinking, oh, he'll ask me, they will ask me, like teacher will ask me the same questions, not other questions, the same. So he remembered everything, like he was remembering all the answers that his friend gave. He had everything in his mind. Whatever he's heard, he had heard. And then when the teacher or like in the school they asked him, what is your name? First question they made to the less intelligent boy. What's your name? Then he said Jawaharlal Nehru. That is the name of the first Prime Minister of India. Then the teacher was like, what? What is this? What is your name? Then he repeated again, Jawaharlal Nehru, like the name of the first Prime Minister of India. Because he had made it like, a note with all the answers, like cheating in the exam. He had a note with these answers, so he just repeated Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay. So the devotee is saying, when the India got independence, and Gurudev will say, when did the India get independence? The devotee is saying this, and then Gurudev is saying, no. Listen the story. I am telling the story. Okay, so sorry. So then second question that the teacher asked to this boy, less intelligent boy, was, when were you born? When were you born? Like, when is your birthday? When were you born? So he said 18. He said 1857, like another this century. 1857 for some years, for some time, like the answer about this that rebellion, Okay, then third question. Third question, they asked the less intelligent boy, are you crazy? They asked him, are you crazy? And he said, I am still searching.
अभी कुछ चल रहा है।
I'm still searching if I'm crazy.
कभी-कभी क्या करते हैं, कुछ लोग करते हैं ना,
You know, because some people, they
वो
do
नकल
this.
करते हैं, नकल नहीं करते, वो जैसे है ऐसे पढ़ करके चले जाते हैं, क्योंकि पता नहीं है उसके
They cheat. They have some note like this. They're cheating in the exam, or maybe they just like decorated, like they decorated, like memorize exactly that thing, but they're not analyzing what is the question or anything.
प्रश्न क्या है,
They just memorize like
या तो
things
उसको
like.
अपना नाम भी कोई बता नहीं
So
पा रहे।
even his own name, he couldn't say the proper answer because he just like fixed in memorization something, but he didn't see what is the question being asked.
वो सोच रहा है वही जवाहरलाल नेहरू कह देंगे और यही कर दे देंगे, हैं? तो इसलिए
So
कहने की तात्पर्य
so what is
है
the meaning
कि
of this story?
गुरुदास जो बनते जाए,
So if you want to become Guru Das, the servant of Guru,
भगवत दास में कोई नकल करना नहीं,
and also Bhagavan Das, servant of God, it's not like this kind of artificial or this cheating like this or like this kind. No,
ये भजन करते करते
doing bhajan
कुछ
slowly,
समय
slowly,
हृदय में प्रकाशित
this all will manifest in your hearts automatically.
और यही हमारे भजन की तात्पर्य है।
So this is the meaning of our doing the bhajan. Shraddha Sadhu Sangha Bhajana Kriyanata Nivriti Nistaruchi Ashakti Bhava Prem.
इसी के दशा में चलते हैं, कोई दूसरे को देख करके कुछ नहीं होता है।
So just by seeing someone or like trying to imitate like this story, you cannot get the benefit, like you cannot get anything. Gaur Premanande. Jai Shri Gurudev.